How does love impact your life?
Oh man, it's everything. Love is everything. It's just like, it's the foundation of what you have at the end of the day. If it was a rough day, that's all you have is like your connection with others. And that connection is different for everyone. Everyone's definition of love is different, but as long as you've got what you think is love at the end of the day, that's all you need, you know? And come back to that.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm excited to share something that I find beautiful with you. I'm in Austin, Texas, and I'm interviewing the people of my city to invite their spirit and their souls in an environment that's safe, that's compassionate, caring, and encouraging. This project came to me because I realized it's so important to represent a person in their full soul. And I remember the days when I felt so isolated and alone and doubtful and fearful. I'd come home after work, and what kept me company was going to YouTube and listening to lectures and listening to my favorite content creators. I really felt like they were there with me. So I want to share something special with you. I want you to see these people in their full souls. I want you to see what compassion and a kind invitation looks and feels like. And I want to provide something to keep you company and to show people in a variety of ways, in all of their uniqueness, in all of their beauty. So please enjoy. And if you enjoy the content and want to follow along and support, if you would like the video, leave a comment, consider subscribing and ringing the bell, because that would help share this with more people. And my hope is to share as much love and compassion as I can through this project. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get into the interview. It's so nice to meet you. We've already been having a really sweet conversation. He's been kind to me. He's been honest with me. He's already shown vulnerability and real compassion for people. So I want to introduce you to my new friend. What is your name?
I'm Grant.
Folks, this is Grant, and this is the first interview of a series where I'm hoping to show the people of Austin and show who they are, show what matters to them, and encourage you by seeing the humanity of other people. So let's get right into it. What is your energy like today?
My energy today is like very calm and collected. It's a pretty, rough week at work, but just today being out here like on the Slackline, it's just like, it's really been good just to like gather all my thoughts, and it's just like really calm today. It's good.
Nice. I'm glad you found that. So do you remember how you felt when you woke up?
Anxious and groggy. Yeah.
And how did you respond to the way you felt?
I just kind of sat down and I evaluated like why I was feeling that way. There's a lot of like external things affecting it, and so I just kind of stopped, took a moment, just like gathered my thoughts, and then I just decided to make it a good day and just come out here and like slackline.
Awesome. What do you like doing with your life?
It's my life, man. I love working with my hands. I'm a welder. Like slacklining is just a way to like de-stress after work, but honestly, just like working with my hands and just putting beautiful things into the world.
Nice response. What are some simple things that bring you joy? Perhaps even mundane.
Man, chocolate covered coconut squares, the best. Yeah, that'll get me through any bad day.
Okay. What makes you feel peaceful and safe?
Peaceful and safe. My sisters, they're what really grounds me whenever times get tough. They just moved back here, so just anytime things get rough, it's just go over to their house, grill some steaks, and just, it's good. It's peaceful after that.
I love that. Family. Where is your happy place? Like if you could go somewhere right now, where would it be?
Man, Possum Kingdom Lake. It's like a 4-hour drive from here. It's way out in the country, middle of nowhere. It's got massive cliffs coming out of the water. It's just so serene and still out there.
Are you able to jump off the cliffs?
You are, yeah.
Awesome. How high?
60 feet.
Awesome. That's a good 2 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nice little fall. If you could do anything right now, don't limit yourself, what would it be?
Man, I would start my own business. I would create, Grant's welding shop and just go off and do my own thing. And just have complete creative freedom.
I think you can do it. I think you can. I totally believe in you. How does love impact your life?
Oh man, it's everything. Love is everything. It's just like, it's the foundation of what you have at the end of the day. If it was a rough day, that's all you have is like your connection with others. And that connection is different for everyone. Everyone's definition of love is different. But as long as you've got what you think is love at the end of the day, that's all you need, and come back to that.
I like that. Love is very important to me as well. Do you experience as much love as you hope for, or as much as you think you need?
Man, I think it's out there. I think love is, it'll come to you if you're looking for it. I think sometimes I'm just not looking hard enough, but I know it's around all of us. I know there's so much of it. There's no shortage of love,
There is, it's everywhere. What role does nature play in your life?
Nature, that's like what grounds me after work, I can't be in like my cold apartment after work. Nature is so important to me. If it was a bad day, I need to like take my shoes off and like feel the grass between my toes. It's so important.
Almost like a home.
Might say, yeah.
Yeah. What are your goals?
My goals, ultimately in life, is just to be at peace, It doesn't matter what career path I take. I just want peace, peace with everyone around me. That's my ultimate, goal.
Beautiful. What do you hope for, just in general?
What do I hope for? I just hope that, the energy that I'm putting out is actually what I think it is. So I feel like there's usually a pretty big disconnect between how we think we come across and how we actually come across. And I just want to get to a point where I have complete security in knowing that I'm not spreading anything negative inside of me. And just, first making sure that I'm okay on the inside, and then just being able to actually spread that to other people.
I have a comment on that. One of the beautiful gifts that we give each other by coexisting with so many people and places and animals is we give each other that reflection back, like whatever it may be. So if I think that I come across a certain way, everybody is in each moment giving you some kind of feedback. And when you're listening to that feedback, sometimes it can feel really hard, or you could internalize that you're feeling judged, where you might just be judging yourself. So what I've learned is to just listen really closely and listen really openly to what people are trying to show me, and not worry too much about what any one person shows me. Just stay honest about that process of just trying to actually be present enough and open enough to actually receive that feedback. Yeah, that's helped me so much. I wasn't a very confident person in my past. Yeah.
It's very wise.
Fun question. Maybe you've answered this already, but what matters to you most in life?
Probably family. Family, definitely. I'm the youngest of 7 kids, and so that was just like my community growing up was all my siblings, and they're really just like all that matters to me. They're my whole world.
I love that. What are some of the things, to switch gears, what are some of the things that you worry about or cause you to fear?
Not being good enough to start my own business. And yeah, there's a lot of just like self-doubt surrounding that idea. That's a really scary thought to me, but it's ultimately where I want to go. But there's just a lot of like mental things that are just blocking that right now. A lot of self-doubt.
And I believe you're going to work through that. I know you will. What is something about you that, without even needing to think about it too long or think about what it's worth, what is something about you that you're just proud of?
I'm a hard worker, and I like to think that I put others first before me.
I'm sure that you do. I'm sure that you do. If you had to give one bit of advice to the people who are watching this, what would it be?
Just to think about everything as just like a deathbed moment. Just on your deathbed, if something is overwhelming you, just imagine you're about to die and just think about whatever's overwhelming you, you know? Just ask if it really matters. That's like a mental exercise that's gotten me through a lot, and 100% of the time, no, it doesn't matter.
I like that. I don't want to steal your spotlight, but it reminds me of this thing that my dad told me as a kid. My dad is not a toxic man or anything like that. No, just my dad's a good man. But he would say what his dad would tell him would be, save your tears for when I die. And as a kid, I thought, wait, you're saying to not feel emotions? That's not good. But obviously I was able to understand that it's like, just keep a perspective. And so I took that to mean like, think about how much I love my dad in any kind of moment. And then that always makes whatever's in front of me so much smaller. That was a crazy one. Really, I'd stick with me my whole life. Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. And then a few questions that could be used in a few different ways for the future. Do you think our society and government does enough to foster a culture of tolerance and compassion?
No, not at all. No, it's, at least here in the US, it's a pay-to-win game, really. And it is so against the little man, you know, but the only thing that keeps me hopeful is just knowing that they can't take away our inner peace, you know. But for now, yeah, no, it's not equal. It doesn't foster any kind of, what was the wording you used?
Tolerance and compassion.
No, not at all. Not right now.
Yeah. Do you believe in our ability as individuals and as small communities and families and friends? Do you believe that we have the ability collectively to shift things, even though we're up against such a huge, relatively corrupt government and corporate interests? Do you think we have a chance?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's like amazing things like TikTok that really can just like band us together, because we are the masses, and numbers are numbers are in our strength.
Yeah. There's a lot more of us. Now, just in terms of recent news, what is your response, your reaction to the reversal of Roe v. Wade?
It's really disheartening, but I really think, again, just our strength in numbers as the mass population, we're going to get through this. I really believe that. It's what they're deciding in the Supreme Court. It's not reflective of what we want as the people. So I'm hopeful that we can, change the tide.
Me too. And how do you feel? Let's start with that. How does it make you feel when you see massacres in the news?
It is a really heavy weight on my chest. And yeah, it's just so tragic whenever one person can let, the darkness inside of them just bleed out over so many innocent people.
And what do you think about gun control and the gun lobby in the United States?
The state of it right now, I think, again, I think it's not reflecting what the masses of people want at all. I think the majority of Americans really want some form of gun control. And it's, again, pay-to-win system, and the money has the grip right now. But again, I'm hopeful that we as the masses can change that.
Yeah, so to conclude this, you told me about a tattoo that you have. Can you show that tattoo and explain what it means to you? Maybe why you got it?
Yeah. It's to love is to be vulnerable, and it's in Swedish, just to keep it personal. And I don't really like people being able to read something like that, so they have to come up to me and ask about it. But it's from a C.S. Lewis book, The Four Loves, and it was my first tattoo. And whenever I was 18, I had a lot of problems being vulnerable with people and letting them in to my life. And so I just got that as a constant reminder to just let people in and just show them your soft white underbelly.
And I think a lot of people have this kind of ideas with tattoos. I'm the same. I don't have any yet. But is it true that by getting it tattooed, it makes you think about it every day?
I think it depends. I think some tattoos, you just get used to seeing it a lot. That's kind of like the rose on my thigh. I'm just kind of used to seeing it.
Yeah.
But something like this, if it's important enough to you, I think, it's totally a reminder, and it can really snap you back to just that calm level-headedness if it really means something to you.
Right. And now to capture maybe the aesthetics of you or the art in you, what's your favorite movie? Or maybe just something that's really good.
Oh, man. Man, probably, what's that movie with Steve Buscemi? It's in
Mob movie?
No.
It's
It's in South Dakota. Fargo. I don't watch too many movies, but I love Fargo.
Fargo. What's a book that's heavily impacted you?
A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle.
And what's your favorite genre of music?
Probably lo-fi house.
Can you give a recommendation of an artist from that?
Ooh. Probably Maya Jane Coles. It's really solid stuff.
Shoutout. And is there a business or a project that you're working on, or a friend's business, or any kind of social media handles that you want to shout out? The platform's yours right now.
You can, on Instagram, go to Grants Projects. It's Grants_projects. And that's just kind of what I'm currently building at the moment. It's like personal projects. Yeah.
Awesome. This was so special. I hope everybody who's watching this can kind of feel the way that it felt between me and Grant. It felt safe. It felt loving. It felt kind. It felt hopeful. I've been blessed to meet Grant today. And I just want to thank you for being so forthcoming and so honest. You are being vulnerable. And I wish you the very best in what you do.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
This is really fun.
Hug?
Hug. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, man.
Cheers, man.
This is really fun.
Yeah.
You're doing a good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's your name?
Miles.
Miles? I'm Grant. But I've already said that like 3 times for the camera.
They got it.
Nice to meet you, man.
Same. Sorry.